All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's April the 10th, the year 2017, and I always like to start off by showing Schaeffer Cox's mailing address and encourage you guys to write him an encouraging letter. That's it right there. He's in Marion, Illinois prison, Communications Management Unit. And my wife has told me that Ray Southwell has written another article in support of Schaeffer Cox number 4. And so I want to share that on YouTube. I encourage you guys to share Schaeffer Cox information, whether it be the website, whoframedschaeffercox.com, or Ray Southwell articles. If there's any particular articles, just please help spread the word that we have an innocent man in prison. His name is Schaeffer Cox, who wants to get back to his little girl and his little boy and his family and commence with his life and not be stuck in a hellhole in Marion, Illinois. But let's get on to reading this article by Ray Southwell. Again, I don't know who Ray Southwell is, other than he is a militia leader in Alaska. And I praise God that we have men in this country that take time out of their lives to write about what's right and what's wrong and just expose evildoers and just say the truth of their conscience. And so I will continue to read these articles into YouTube, and I pray that you help spread the word as well. Looks like there's a picture that accompanied this particular article. I always love learning about new books. Cocaine, Contras, and the Drug War, Powder Burns, by Celerino Castillo III and Dave Harmon. You've also got The Politics of Heroin, CIA Complicity in the Global Drug Trade, Cocaine Politics, Drugs, Armies, and the CIA in Central America by Peter Dale Scott and Jonathan Marshall. The Big White Lie, the deep cover operation that exposed the CIA sabotage of the drug war by Michael Levine. So I'll have to add those to my reading list, and maybe they're on Audible books. I can listen to them when I walk around the lake. I don't know yet, but I always love finding out about new books. All right, here we go. By Ray Southwell, in support of Schaeffer Cox number 4. We've already read 1, 2, and 3 into YouTube. You can go find those by searching for those on YouTube. April the 10th, the year 2017. When you understand the backdrop on the Department of Justice, it becomes clear on our failed so-called drug war. For the Department of Justice do as they please, supporting the drug trade because of national security? So many books have been published concerning the so-called war on drugs. Often they are written by those inside the very agencies who ignore truth and justice, what I call whistleblowers. Individuals shouting the truth for all to see and hear. Here is one. The Big White Lie, the deep cover operation that exposed the CIA sabotage of the drug war, published in 1993 by DEA agent Michael Levine. A father who lost his son to the drug war, as Michael Levine states on the first page of his book. In memory of my son, New York Police Sergeant Keith Richard Levine, killed on December the 28th, 1991, while trying to stop an armed robbery by a crack addict with a record of 2 murder convictions, while the CIA and other covert agencies betrayed us, and while our leaders looked the other way, they left it to law enforcement to clean up the mess they made of America. Levine quotes John Kerry concerning the Iran-Contra Senate hearings. Senator John Kerry, after hearing evidence of our own government's massive involvement in drug trafficking during his Iran-Contra Senate's hearings, including testimony indicating that at least 2 presidents might have been criminally implicated, said that our system of justice had been perverted, that our covert agencies had converted themselves into channels for the flow of drugs into the United States. The last statement was a direct quote from Senator Kerry. I repeat the Kerry quote. Our system of justice had been perverted, that our covert agencies had converted themselves into channels for the flow of drugs into the United States. On pages 34 through 36, Levine talks about a biggest drug bust in U.S. history. $9 million and piles of cocaine. Levine talked about one of the key players was a man named Jose Roberto Gasser. During Levine's deep cover operation, a Gasser associate explained Gasser did not need any help getting the money out of the country, USA, because he had many legitimate interests in the U.S. and carries this much drug money every week. A short time later, Jose Roberto Gasser was released from jail, and the United States Attorney's Office, Southern Judicial District of Miami, dropped all charges. Levine reports the assistant U.S. attorney who authorized Gasser's release was Michael Pat Sullivan. This Department of Justice attorney claimed there was not enough evidence. Undercover agent Levine disagrees and believed it was because of bungling prosecutors. Bungling prosecutors? Hogwash. Too much bad behavior in the Department of Justice for it to be bungling. I could get off track and expose the fake news stories on the drug war, but that will not help my friend Schaeffer Cox. I share it here to further understand how many whistleblowers have come forward with the truth within their own individual governmental agencies. Another government whistleblower was F.B.I. agent Frederick Whitehurst, a chemist who was a bomb expert who exposed the falsehoods in the FBI's crime lab. According to the attached, in regards to Whitehurst's exposure and forced federal investigation on his own department, Mr. Bromwich, Department of Justice Inspector General, sharply criticized the laboratory for flawed scientific work and inaccurate pro-prosecution testimony in major cases, including the Oklahoma City and World Trade Center bombings. There's a link that's given, and I just want to take time out to see if this is a valid link. Yes, it is. So that link is part of the part of Ray Southwell's article, and I'll put the link in the description bar as well. All right, let's go back to the article. My, oh my, what a tangled web we weave when we first practiced to deceive. And the Department of Justice has developed a complex web of deceit. Signed, Ray Southwell, Nikiski, Alaska. You know, I happen to agree that the Department of Justice is what's the word used? They've developed a complex web of deceit, and if Ray Southwell is questioning whether they are bungling prosecutors or they are outright practicing deception and evil wickedness, I'm of the opinion that the Department of Justice knows exactly what they're doing, and they are participating in evil wickedness to promote their evil agenda in America. So I'll look forward to looking into these books, and I appreciate Ray Southwell promoting the cause of Schaeffer Cox. Schaeffer Cox was exposing drug activity up in Alaska before they went after him and convicted him falsely. He was also exposing a child pedophilia ring in the Ocean View house that had to deal with that man right there, Bill Allen, and Bambi Tyree. God bless every one of you. Thank you to those who are supporting Schaeffer Cox. I pray you write him a letter, write him an encouraging letter, and that's his address. God bless every one of you, and have a great day.